Galaxy Watch 4 Active. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the Galaxy Watch 4 Active 3 months later. I'm going to be talking about why I picked up this watch, how it's been over the past 3 months, and I'm going to answer the question, should you buy this watch today, 3 months later for the holidays? Let's talk about it. First thing I want to talk about with this watch is the build quality. 3 months later, absolutely no damage anywhere. Now, I'm a careful user, so I don't really go around banging this anywhere. I have a screen protector, a glass screen protector on the watch, but I have no cases on the watch. Now, as far as how I've been using it, I have been using it almost every single day with my Galaxy Z Flip 3. Now, this is right off the bat. If you have a Galaxy Z Flip 3 and you're considering buying this watch, go for it. Don't think about it, just buy it. This really is the combo that I've been using it over the past 3 months. The reason I say just go ahead and buy it is it kind of goes back to my 1 month later review where I talked a lot more about the Z Flip 3. And I said that the Z Flip 3 is a phone that keeps you off of it. See a notification, and if it's important enough, you'll open up, you'll go over the flip and then you'll actually work on whatever you need to work on. But if it's not important enough, you can just swipe away, phones away. You're not wasting time browsing on Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. The watch, however, is a perfect supplement to that cover screen, and I really wish Samsung would be able to do this on this cover screen maybe in the future. But what the watch allows you to do is actually interact with the notifications. On the Z Flip 3, the only thing you can do is cross and swipe the notifications away. But on the watch, if someone's reached out to you, say on WhatsApp, you can actually reply to them. Obviously not, full out typing novels, but you can, a proper response like, yes, I'll call you shortly, or even voice messages. My property managers are on WhatsApp, so whenever they need to reach out to me, they're sending me WhatsApp messages. For example, one of our properties, someone's kid takes a huge shit on the bed. The property manager is gonna, send me a message and be like, hey, unit 305, kid shit on the bed, should we bust their ass? And I'll be like, fam, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Every time a property manager has to open a claim, they go through me. I can simply, on my watch, open up that notification and say, I have a quick response, yes. I'll click yes, it's sent. So there's that minimum level of interaction that I can have with WhatsApp messages, with emails, text messages that the cover screen on the Z Flip 3 doesn't really allow me to do. And that's awesome. The other cool thing on WhatsApp is I can record voice memos. So for example, if again, I need a response, but it's going to be a little bit longer response, I can literally say, hey, oops. Hey, I got your message. I'll be able to get back to you in like 3 minutes, so take your time. Or I can actually give a much more specific response, but it's a simple voice memo and it's sent to the customer or the manager or whoever it might be. So in that way, the watch is like a really perfect supplement to the Z Flip 3's cover screen. It really just adds a few more features that I wish the cover screen had, like, just quick responses to messages and things like that, but it's not really too usable, so it's just good enough. Especially when I was driving, I'd hear the vibration on my watch instead of taking out my phone, and with something like this, you'll have to like flip it open while you're driving. It's not gonna happen. It should not happen. So instead, it just vibrates on my watch. I open it up. I can, obviously in a safe manner, of course, see the notification. I can do a voice message to reply, and I'm back to driving. It really is an amazing supplement to the Z Flip 3. But what if you have a more traditional phone? What if you have a phone that's, the common slab phone? Is it good for you? Well, maybe. This is big because when I started using the Z Flip 3, I found that I was on my phone a lot less. And with the watch, I had to be on it even lesser. I don't know. Because most of the stuff I was just able to handle through my watch or through here, and only for the most urgent things, I would actually flip my phone open. But of course, if you have a slab phone, you're always, on your phone almost. Like, that's the big distinction between Z Flip 3 users and slab phone users, is that if you have a Z Flip 3, generally these users are going to be using this full phone less, but regular slab phone users are going to be on their phone a lot more. It's just the nature of the phone. And so for those people, you know, it might not make so much sense coming from that messages perspective to go and buy a watch, because you're already on your phone, you're doing all these things, you're gonna be, you know, when you get your messages, you're gonna reply to them on your phone. Now, unless you're driving a lot, unless because of work you can't really always take out your phone, you know, those things are things you want to consider. If you're working in a setting where you're driving always, or you can't really use your phone, then having a watch is definitely gonna help. You know, just get back with those quick responses to whoever is sending you messages. But so far, I've been talking about it from a messaging perspective. What about health? Because that's the other big feature on this watch, is the activity sort of thing. Myself, I'm very casual. I have a home gym. I'm a casual home gym person, right? And for someone like me, I haven't been able to get as much out of this watch as I wanted to. And specifically, a lot of the workouts that I do is HIIT workouts. So I'll run for like a minute and then 30 seconds I'll walk. Unfortunately, there's no mode on this watch that tracks you while you run and then downgrades to walking, then jumps back up to running. So if I'm starting off as running, it's gonna track that I'm running. But as soon as I start walking, it's just gonna stop. It just pauses, stop. It doesn't track my walk, it just stops. And then I actually have to like raise the watch, click run again, and then continue running. If I stop running, it just stops tracking. So in that way, it's just kind of annoying. It's a nuisance. If you're, you know, maybe if you're actually just running or sprinting marathons, if you're biking and stuff like that, if you have those sessions, then it might work. If you're okay, you know, playing it every single time. Now, there are coming updates to that feature where it's going to continue to allow you to keep recording your progress even after you change exercises. That is in the works. So I'm excited to see that maybe come out soon on the Galaxy Watch 4. The BMI sensor and those like, body fat sensors and things like that, I haven't had the best success on. It really just says we can't really do it at this time. I've read other articles online that also say the same thing, where it's kind of gimmicky, you know. So take all of that extra stuff like the body fat index and all of that stuff with a grain of salt. As far as like tracking, it does track really well. It tracks your movement, your distance, your footsteps. All of that is fine, perfect. I don't need to dive into that. The other thing that I will dive into is updates, because I kind of just touched on it. Google OS, when it came out that it was going to partner up with Samsung, it was a pretty big deal. It was like, you know, finally this is happening. We're going to get a lot more updates and a lot more apps. And it's true. One of the biggest apps that Samsung has released over the past few months is Samsung Internet. You now have a full-fledged internet service on the watch. And I talked about this in one of my previous videos. It's kind of useless, I thought, until, you know, people in the comments told me, no, my job as a construction worker, I can't always take out the phone, so the watch helps. So there were some specific cases where I was like, okay, yeah, Samsung Internet on a watch might be pretty useful for some specific use cases. Other than that, there also have been quite a few updates when it comes to customizability or watch faces that you can customize even further. You can have live watch faces or live animations that you kind of see on the Z Flip or the Z Fold. And so there's all kinds of updates and new animation, things like that Samsung has continued to push out, which is awesome to see, because that, as a user, I don't want to be forgotten with my piece of tech. I want new updates and new features that are real coming out for this, and Samsung really hasn't let us in the dark yet. As far as battery life, because everyone always asks about that, I mean, it's important. I'm getting a solid day of use out of this watch. I have it on full, like, medium brightness, where it's not hard to see any time of the day, always on display. I have the live animations on as well, and I'm able to get a solid day of use with no problems. I charge it overnight on the like little wireless charger it comes with. Why did I buy this watch initially with my phone? I bought this with my Z Flip 3 just because I got it at a $200 discount. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get closer to the camera, please? $200 discount on my, I could sell this watch and right now, 3 months later, and still get a profit, fam. Yes, the watch, when I first went to buy it, it literally just came out with the Z Flip 3, and Target, the Mandem, was giving me $200 off if I bought both of them. So I got my watch for officially $50. You're not supposed to pass something like that up. But now, would I go back and pay $250 for this watch? I think I would. And it's for all the reasons that I mentioned. I'm on my phone, or most of the work that I do on my phone is replying to messages, replying to emails in real time, right? These property managers that I have, they need to open claims as soon as possible. That gives us the highest chance of winning claims. They have to submit evidence and all of this stuff. And so my response, or my speed of my response, matters. And so that's why being able to, even when I'm driving, this is not something you can always flip open in every situation. And so having the watch is definitely going to supplement the whole experience. Plus, you can actually interact with the messages and notifications you get that you can't actually do on the front screen of the Z Flip 3. So ladies and gentlemen, that's really the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please go ahead and like this video, plus subscribe to this channel for a lot more awesome content. It really helps me out, and we do giveaways, so get yourself a giveaway, fam. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I or someone else will be able to help you out. And with that, take it easy. Peace.